Hello and welcome to another video with me, Nicola Moss of Moss Social. Today I want to look at the feed on your Instagram. And we know that this is the basis for the majority of posting. Posting to your feed gives an instant overview to anybody landing on your feed of the kind of things that you post about and whether what you say in your bio is reflected in your feed. And people will make a decision about whether they want to follow you based on what they see in your feed. So you need to make sure it is relevant to the type of work that you offer, the type of help that you offer your potential customers. So what I'd like to do today is show you how to post to your feed so that you can get started and create some engaging posts. So you'll see I've got my Instagram open here. So what we're going to do is go to our top right hand corner where you see the little plus button, and we're going to tap on there. That opens up all of the options of how you can post to your Instagram, and we're going to go for a feed post, which is the grid. So you'll see that as the grid on your feed. So tap on there, and that basically pulls up your camera roll, and it'll pull up the first picture in your camera roll, but you can just scroll down until you find the picture that you would like to use. So I found this amazing picture today, and it is on Instagram. So I will be tagging and crediting them with that. But I just thought this was such an amazing picture as I'm recording this. We're on the run up to Christmas. So it just gives you a very Christmassy feel, and I love it. Now, I haven't edited the picture. I've literally taken it as it is. And I don't intend to edit it. But what I did want to also show you is if you wanted to load up more than one image, you can see in the middle there's that little sort of stack of photos. And if I don't think the cursor shows up over here. So I will just tap on there. You see it turns blue. And then that's given me image number 1. So if I wanted to add another image, perhaps I'll add in that was a second one, and then that as a third one. So you can see I've got some images there. If you wanted to change the order of them, you just untap and then go in a different order, say 1, 2, 3. So you could have 3 like that. But I don't want to post more than one at the moment. So I'm just going to take off and tap back on that little stack of photos. So that gives me just the one. And the one I'm going to choose is this one here. So I've got my image. Hopefully you've got a lovely bank of images that are perfect for your Instagram feed. And then you'll see in the top right hand corner, next is already highlighted blue. So it's encouraging you to tap that next. That then gives us options of filters. So if you scroll along the bottom, you can just see me scrolling there, and you can see all the different filters, and there are loads of them. There are absolutely loads of them. And some people, wow, look at that one. Ooh, I might use that actually. Some people will use the same filter across all of their photos to try and give them a bit more of a cohesive branded look to their feed. If you want to do that, just remember which filter you've used so that you can remember to use that next time. And of course, the more you use it, then the more practiced you'll become at it. So you can either have a filter or not. You do have the option on here to edit your photos. Personally, I prefer to edit in my camera roll because I find the editing app on the iPhone really good. But you can tap on edit, and then that gives you an option to maybe put your photo at an angle or change the brightness or the contrast. You've got all of these options along here, so there's a lot to do, but I prefer to do all my edits in the photo app. So, and you'll also see there's a little wand at the top, and that literally just gives it a little bit of brightness. So sometimes we find when we take a photograph, particularly outside, when you look at it back, it looks a little bit dimmer than the actual real image was to you, and often just tapping on that one just makes it pop a little bit more so that it looks more like the eye sees it rather than the photograph sees it. So I'm going to tap on next, and then it's going to give me an option of writing a caption. Now, with captions, what the viewer sees first is the image, and then the caption you'll see maybe about a line and a half. So if there's something that you particularly want to say, make sure you say it in that front line and in that top line that people will see first, because that's the bit that will capture them. You're really looking to stop the scroll. So generally your image is what stops the scroll, but it's what you write after that. So I always suggest to people to write questions in their captions, because that encourages people, your audience, to actually respond and answer your questions. If it's just a statement, it's unlikely that anybody's they might put a like in there, but that's probably about it. If you actually want to encourage that engagement, which is what we're after on Instagram, on all social media, in fact, think about asking questions. So I've seen this, and I have written a little something before so that I'm ready to record. Now you can type out, or if you see on the bottom right hand corner, there's the little microphone. You can tap on there and speak it in, and we'll see how well this does. What's the best Christmas site you've seen so far this season? ? New paragraph. I came across this wonderful wreath from... Now I'm just going to stop there because I want to tag in, and I know that it can't pick up the tags from the written. Stock florist. There we go. Okay, I might go back to this. In Bishop Stortford. Full stop. New paragraph. Share in the comments your favourite spot so we can take a look. Full stop. Okay, so I've been finding that that's a much quicker way of getting your captions written. So I will just check it's written correctly. What's the best Christmas site? That's like a website. So let's just change the spelling there. You've seen so far this season. I came across this wonderful wreath from Stock Florist in Bishop's Stortford. Share in the comments your favourite. Okay, so we've got a question. We're hoping somebody's going to share something, and then we're just going to press the return. And just in case you haven't spotted that, that is literally on your keyboard. You've got your QWERTY keyboard, and then tap on the 1, 2, 3, and then you get your numbers and you get your return option. So I'm going to return again, because white space is just as important as the written word. It helps people to read. If you have a big block of text, people are less likely to actually stop and read it. That's why it's good to actually put a paragraph in, because it sections things out. And we're finding that the average person's view time is so short, their attention span is getting shorter and shorter, that if you can make it short and snappy so that people can read it easily, they're more likely to actually stop and read it. I must admit myself, if I see a whole block of text, I often think, oh, can I be bothered to read that? And I'll scroll on through. Okay, so we've got a caption. We want to put some hashtags in. Now, there's been lots of question marks over hashtags recently. There have been suggestions that actually only put 3 in, because there's like a top 3. But the 30 are still working. So while they're still working, and while you can still be found by those hashtags because they are a search facility, then I would suggest keep using them. I don't suggest that you write out 30 every single time. If you've seen any of my videos before, you'll have probably noticed I use text shortener, because I find that a really big time saver. So I've got my basic ones here on text shortener, and I've got my MS Insta. that comes up, and you see that the middle one there, you can tap on there and you've got a whole load of things that come up here. Instagram, I think that's all still fairly relevant anyway. So I'm going to leave it at that. You can add some more in, as long as you go up to 30, then that's fine. So you'll see slightly further down, tag people. So if you wanted to tag somebody in this post, you could. Now I'm going to tag the original poster of this. In fact, I might just write repost in the, so there's Stock Florist there. So they are tagged. I'm also going to tag in Discover Stortford. So what I've done, in case you missed that, I'm in the tag section. I just tap on the screen and that brings up some tags. So that's what you're seeing on the right there. So it was Discover Stortford who I saw that originally. Discover Stortford. Okay. And I'm not going to tag anybody else because, I might just tag. Save. There we go. Right, so I'm going to press done. So there are all the tags. You can tag up to 20 people in a post. You have to be careful though, so make sure that the people you're tagging are relevant. You don't want to be tagging people as though you're spamming them. Just because you want to catch somebody's attention doesn't mean you put a tag in there. I've tagged people who this is relevant to. Now I am just going to go back and write. I'm going to also, as well as tagging them, I'm also going to write them in here. Photo. Oh, if I can get there. Photo. Thanks to Discover Stortford. So they have then been credited, so they will be happy that I've used that post. Now I'm going to put a location in here. So where it says add location, that comes up with your closest location. So if you don't see the location you want in your list, you simply tap it into search. So I'm going to put Bishop Stortford in there. So that is now tagged as well. So anybody who's then doing a search by location would come across this as well. So that is it. We can just check. We've written our post. We've got our picture. We've got our caption. We've got our hashtags. So what are we going to do? We're going to share it. So tap share in the top right hand corner. And you can see the blue line going across there. There we are. It's as simple as that. I hope that helps. If you have any questions or you'd like to tag me in one of your posts, I will be happy to share it for you. Thank you for watching.